Welcome back. I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today we have an unboxing of a new boot from Parkhurst. Now, Parkhurst did send me these as a sample for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I do not share this content with Parkhurst product publication. They will see this when you do. In addition to that, there is an affiliate link in the description box down below. If you're considering buying the boots that are inside of this box or any other product from Parkhurst, please consider using that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do earn a small commission from that sale. All I want to do is about the channel, help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. So, right here, we have a pair of the Parkhurst The Richmond WAXY Commanders in the 602M last. Inside this box, we have a pair of Parkhurst The Richmond's WAXY Commanders in the Apollo colorway in the new 618 last. So, I noticed that they came out with a new last, slightly different design. I wanted to check them out because this pair is actually one of my favorite pairs of boots. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of boots. I love a lot of them. A lot of them are incredibly comfortable. But if there's one pair of boots that I know that I can walk around an entire city for a couple of days, I wear these boots. Case in point, all of the winter trips that we usually take to New York City and to Philadelphia, I usually end up wearing my Parkhurst because they're so incredibly comfortable. I know I can put miles and miles and miles on them, and my feet will be completely fine, and I can put them back on the next day and continue to put more miles on my feet. So these are one of my favorite boots. So once I saw they had a new last, I wanted to check it out. So let's crack this thing on open and lay some eyes on them for the very first time. Little thank you card. Extra set of waxed laces. Ooh, nicely branded dust covers, or boot bag, whatever you want to call them. Second boot. Let's take a closer look at that boot bag. I like that. I like those dust covers. They are branded nicely. They look pretty good. Let's lay some eyeballs on these things. Ooh. Oh, yes, I believe, okay, one of the designs I believe has a slightly more pointed toe and a slightly more tapered heel. All right. There they are. Those are nice. Now, these are, I believe, a size 9. It was recommended. Let me see. Is it made in here? Made in Portugal. Yes, these are a 9D. So putting back the frame here, my old Richmonds on the 602M last, these are an 8.5D, I believe. Not 100% sure. I'm 99.9% sure, but they're so worn that the size is kind of worn off. But I believe these are an 8.5D. And that's my Brannock size. My Brannock size is an 8.5D. And per the recommendation via chatting with Parkhurst, once you read the information on the lasts, it recommended that I sized up a half a size for the new 618 last. So the 618 last, because these fit me perfect. It's the, again, 602M and an 8.5D. My Brannock size is an 8.5D. So because these fit me good, they did recommend that I sized up to a 9 in the new 618 last. Now these are a stitched down construction. I believe the old ones are also stitched down. So yeah, again, let's just giving them a once over. I like this colorway. I'm kind of partial to browns. This one, I think it was a little bit lighter. I can't remember the actual color of these offhand. These are also WAXY Commanders, both WAXY Commanders from the CF Stead Tannery. So the leathers on both boots come from the same tannery. Now, one of the big changes is the cap toe is, I believe these are now a true cap toe, where the old 602M is not a true cap toe. It is a toe piece, and it's just sewn together in the vamp, so it gives the cap toe appearance, where I believe the new 618 is an actual true cap toe. So there's two pieces of leather here. Now, I believe these are supposed to be a slightly more pointed toe. Honestly, I think the 602M looks like it might have a more pointed toe to me. These do look considerably bigger, though. If I'm looking at them, 8.5 No, I guess they're not. I guess it's just because you could see I wear these a lot. My heel is considerably worn down because I love these boots and I wear them so much that I think it's just that they're actually worn down, more smoother on the heel. You can see what they should look like and what they do look like now. But yeah, they are, let me see, lug pattern. Looks like it has a slightly different sole on it. Just looking at it, yeah, you can see like in the heel of the 602M, there are two little cross patterns there, and there's only one in the 618, so it's a slightly different sole. Still branded Parkhurst, but yeah, they're supposed to have a slightly more tapered heel. They look about the same, but these are well worn, so these are stretched out and everything. So brand new wise, but let's give my smell test. They don't have a overwhelming leather smell, but they do smell pretty good. So thus far, looking at them once over and don't have them on my lower paws yet, I'm really liking these. I like the colorway. I will say I did actually request I forget what the glacier color, because it's kind of like a grayish bluish colorway, because I do have a lot of brown boots. I'm partial to brown. I prefer brown boots, but I wanted to break it up a little bit, but they were low in stock on that particular boot, so they could not send it, so they sent me the Allen instead. And one thing I'm noticing is that I don't remember offhand if my 602s did come with it, but these have leather laces on it, so the secondary laces, which I don't know what I did with, I set them here, I must have knocked them on the ground. There they are. Hold on. Ugh. So these are probably wax cotton laces, like what I have on my 602Ms, but they come laced with leather laces. And I will say, in the past, I've historically not been a huge fan of leather laces. I find them to not stay tied. Usually they pop open. One brand, which I know which one it is, I'm not going to mention another brand in this video, but their leather laces were great, which has turned me around to leather laces, so I am going to keep the leather laces in my new version of the Richmonds to see how they work out, because I was so pleased with how well those things actually lasted. They felt really good in the hand, and they actually stayed tied, that I'm feeling like I just had some cheap, crappy leather laces in the past, so now that I have yet another set to give a go around with, I'm certainly going to try these out. Let's run through a few of the specs of the boot. The Parkhurst The Richmond Apollo Waxy Commander in the 618 last comes in at $378 USD. The description says, as of May 2025, they will be built with a double-layer leather cap-toe design. So the true cap-toe has been in the line now for about 6 months. These are a Waxy Commander leather from the Charles F. Stead Tannery. The Waxy Commander leather is part of the C.F. Stead Tannery's waterproof line, because as the name states, these are a heavily waxed leather hide. They feature a veg tan leather insole, 4 laceable eyelets with 3 speed hooks. They come with a set of rawhide leather laces on the boot, but they do also come included with a pair of flat waxed laces. Now, slipping my lower paws into the boots for the very first time, they're feeling pretty good. They might be a tiny bit big. I might have been able to get away with the 8.5D, but I don't really have them dialed in yet. The laces do feel like they could be a little bit tighter, but so far just pacing around a little bit. I'm not experiencing any heel slippage or anything like that. I think I just need to pull the laces in a little bit tighter, because they are leather laces, so they don't quite slide through as well as a cotton lace would, so I think I just need to work them individually by row, and I can get them a little bit snugger, and I think they'll be totally fine. But I am very pleased with this Apollo colorway. Looking down at them, I really do like them, and to be honest, I guess I'm a little bit glad that they were low on stock in the Glacier, because while they are a pretty rad looking boot, I do prefer a brown boot, and these just look awesome on my feet. One other thing I did notice when I was lacing them up is that they are gusseted up to the 3rd eyelet, and seeing as these are part of the CF Stead waterproof line, you will now know that you can get into the water up to about your 3rd eyelet. After that, you're going to get above the gusset, and water will in fact come in over the tongue and your feet will get wet. But as I'm walking around a little bit here and just pacing throughout the room, they're feeling really good. No heel slippage. I don't think they're going to be that big at all. I'm noticing my left boot, if anything, is the one that feels a little bit big. And if I give a little yank on my laces, I notice that my left boot laces aren't pulled nearly as tight as the right. So I just have to work those laces, and I think I will be 100% fine. So I think the suggestion to go up to a 9 is probably going to be the correct one, because even though I can't really feel my toe through the double toe cap, I can tell that it is right about where I want it to be. I have just about the right amount of room before the front of the boot, so I think the size recommendation was spot on. So overall first impressions, pretty positive. I will also note, as I was taking them back off, I struggled to get the right boot off. The left one came right off, and that's because, again, the right boot was laced a little bit tighter, and this one felt completely fine. When I was trying them on, the left boot felt a little bit large on me, and that's because I gave a little yank too, and I could tell I didn't quite have the leather laces pulled tight enough, and this one slid right off my foot. This one gave me a little bit of struggle, so yeah, it was user error on my part. I just didn't tighten down the laces, but these are really, really nice. And you can already see, just pacing around, you can see there's like the darkening and the spots on the toe from the folding. That's the wax and the oils and stuff kind of coming through as you're bending and moving your foot around. So that's all going to show. And you can see these aren't, again, I don't remember the colorway option of this, but there you could see, I mean, there's probably certainly crocking on here from my selvage denim, but you could see like the way it's going to age and wear. These boots, I don't remember offhand when I got these, but they're at least a year old. And once again, I mean, look at the heels. You could tell I wear these boots a lot. I got a lot of boots that I love, but if I'm going to be doing a lot of walking, I will 100% be wearing my Parkhurst The Richmonds. Those are just like my go-to. I know I'm going to be putting miles on my feet. I can wear them consistently throughout the day and put them back on the next day. Do I have a couple of the pair of boots that I think I can do that with? Yes. I'm pretty sure I have at least 2 other pairs of boots, 3 other pairs of boots that I can easily wear for an extended weekend walking around the city, but every time I do it, I end up choosing my Parkhursts because they're proving to me. I absolutely know I can trust them. So we're going to see if the new 618 last can hold up to the 602M, because there's just something about those boots. I absolutely love them. They just fit perfect. They feel like home. So we're going to be putting the new Parkhurst The Richmond on the 618 last with the actual full leather cap toe to the test. We're going to see, can they hold up to the old version, which is a pretty amazing boot. So time will tell. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next post a brand new video, like the full real user review of the Parkhurst The Richmond Apollo in the 618 last. Good night.